What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo in November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by, your one stop for everything adventure radio. This is stream number 2. That's right. You guys like me jumping from park to park to park all the time. Why not jump from stream to stream and push the limits on YouTube, right? Now, really, we had way too much to talk about to even remotely try to fill up one stream. Really quick before we get started, we got to thank the Patreons. These guys rock. They help keep me going. Like you have no idea how much it helps to have support from Patreons and you guys buying slices of pizza and stuff when I'm going on these trips. Going to Hamvention. This week I'm going to DC. This stuff costs money, and I promise you, I'm not making none. I'm still losing, but you guys help me out a lot. Also, the second quarter donators got India Charlie Papa still on the top, and we're gonna see what that happens with that this week because we always know it shuffles about every week, but we'll see what's going on. All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. I see a lot of people out in the chat already. I love Lyndon's new name, RFing around. That's awesome. Reed's in the chat. Speaking of Reed, this week, be looking for one of these guys. That's right, the new 1-year anniversary sticker. It'll be coming in the mail to you this week, Reed. Also, I don't think you have one of the old ones, so you will also receive this guy right here. I know you can't see it for these stupid lights, but they'll be coming out this week to the Patreons. All my Patreons get stickers when they come out. So, along with much, much more and other benefits. So, if you like to Hotel India 8 Delta Lima, good to meet you this last weekend, dude. Great to see you out there in the chat, but it was great to meet you in person. So, all right, we're gonna bring out my guest tonight. We got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend, but we're going to talk to this guy right here. What's up, James?
Oh, I just got back from a little bit of a blitz of a rove this evening.
Rove?
Yeah.
What is
I
it?
did.
What's a rove? Up with that? I'm doing a YouTube rove tonight. How about that?
Yeah, I did. Five stops. One was a twofer, so 6 parts. Toby got me at all 6 of them, so that was good.
Gotta love Toby. Gotta love Toby. Matter of fact, speaking of Toby, I would love it if you would reach out to her for me. She's having some issues. Last week in the after chat, she spilled some water on her laptop, and she's having some issues getting her FT8 going again on it. And I know if there's somebody that could probably help her get it going, it would be you. So if you don't care, give her a shout and see if you can help her get things going again.
Yeah, but we talked about that quickly the other day in the middle of an activation.
Okay.
She was checking all of her settings on the radio and stuff, but yeah, I couldn't really follow up tonight because I was hitting, doing quick activations of like, I think the most I got at one of the parks is 26. So,
hey,
I'll explain why that was happening tonight as part of the whole point of this.
That is right, and I know why it's happening. A couple people probably know why it's happening. I know one guy in the chat, Tom, definitely knows why it's happening. Tom, James's dad. Now Tom's cringing and throwing stuff at the computer and unsubscribing to me when I say that. I give him crap all the time. He hunted me the other night, and I said, you left your son all alone, and he's out there activating by himself. And he's like, yeah, I know. But lots of things going on, and we're going to talk about your thing. But the two things that I'm going to talk about tonight is we're going to talk about the YouTubers Hamfest, which is coming up this weekend. It will start Friday night and go through Sunday. All your favorite YouTubers will be out there, and there will be a lot of great interviews with companies. There'll be a lot of great educational videos and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I'll let my topic slide right now because it's not even on the list right now. But I will be dissecting the POTA Rove. I will be going into a deep dive about the Poda Rove, and if you're interested in any kind of roving stuff, you'll definitely want to check my video. It will be Sunday at 12 o'clock. Hopefully, I will be in the chat because I will also be doing the other thing I'm talking about, where myself, Pat, and a couple other activators, KB3 Wave, and her husband Ray, we're going to be trying to do DC in a day. Whether or not that's possible, I don't know. Again, if you watch my road video, you'll see I'm very well planned on stuff like that. And this is Pat's baby. So we're going to blame Pat if it don't work. I'm hoping Pat's in the chat or he comes in the after dark chat and gives me some more details. But regardless, I will be in DC from Friday evening until sometime Monday. So regardless, I'll do all DC. If we fail on the DC in a day, I will finish all of DC. So that will be another one in my book. Got worked all West Virginia. I'll have worked all DC. And we were talking about in the last stream, somebody is asking me about Delaware. I will have worked all Delaware this year too. So good stuff coming up. But what do you got coming on this weekend, man?
So Tom, V3THR, and I have been working on a project over the winter/spring. We basically chose a set of our local parks and decided to work them all up to almost a kilo and then go out in one day and tip them all over a kilo, just for fun. So that's what we're doing on Saturday. We're finally going to tip. It's 14 parks. It's 10 stops, but it's 14 entities. There's one 3-fur and two 2-furs in the mix. And he's giving me crap in the chat right now. So yeah, that's the plan.
You better watch. He's liable to ground you before this weekend, and you won't even be able to go.
Well, my truck, my photographer. So I do have a map to show everybody, if it's okay to share that.
I really hope not, Curtis. I've had enough of thunder and lightning from our little stay at Caesars Creek, but hopefully not.
Let me see if it'll. There we go. All right, share.
Got it in there.
There we go.
There we go. Right. Here, let's see if we can make it even bigger. All right.
There we go. So Tom and I live here in Barry on opposite sides of town. And so these are kind of local parks for us. The red one at the top is our local 3-fur. Pretty much everybody in the chat's probably worked us there at least once. And then we got a couple of 2-furs over here. And then the green ones are just singles. So I was actually at Springwater, Sunnydale, Fort Willow, Utopia, and Tiffin this evening on my little rove because I needed just a few more than we want to deal with on Saturday to hit a kilo. For example, Tiffin, I needed 28 contacts. So I went and got 24 or 25 so that we only need an activation. We're going to go on Saturday at each park and do, a full legal activation and then move on to the next park. So we're hoping that a lot of the regulars here on your channel, James, which happen to be regulars hunting Tom and I as well, we're hoping everybody is around and wants to enjoy that fun project with us on Saturday. Hopefully, we're going to have a couple people hanging out somewhere on 40, kind of sitting on a frequency for us so that we're not having to find a frequency every park we go to. So we're hoping to kind of make it a little more efficient. But there will be pictures and possibly some video coming out My stepdaughter's a professional photographer, and she's going to tag along and do the honors there, so we can concentrate on quick setup and doing the activations. Um, Tom and I each need slightly different numbers to get the kilo, so there's going to be different people being the kilo contact for us at each park. I think there's only one park where we need the same number, so theoretically the same person is going to be the kilo. But we're hoping to make a nice little special QSL card for it and send one of those to the kilo contact at each park. And anybody who sends us one can get one back. So that's the plan for Saturday. It's just going to be probably not the whole day. If the bands are halfway decent, by the time we get Hayden and Toby and Curtis and Bruce and right there, that's already 4 or 5 contacts. We need 10 at every park. So if we get our regulars, we should be able to
So Toby wants to know what time you'll be at the first park, and before you answer that, um, one thing he is planning, he's not really going to spot on the POTA page because he doesn't want to pile up. He wants to get his numbers and get to the next one so he can make this happen. So he's going to be posting in my Discord and spotting there. So keep an eye on my Discord. If you're not a member of my Discord, shame on you for one. And second of all, if you're not a member of my Discord, the link is in the chat. So make sure and hit up the Discord if you want to see where he's spotting at. And that's for sure because he will be spotting in my. I don't know what are you going to use, general chat or what are you going to use?
I was wondering, should we just make a channel for it?
We can.
Yeah,
I'll make it. I'll make a channel tonight and
RFing around maybe.
Okay, we'll make a channel for it tonight, and that's where he will spot.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that'll be a place for you guys to look for them on Saturday, and I don't know. Depending on what our plans are in DC, we might do the same thing as well. Because I know we'll talk about that when I get to that.
Yeah. So, Toby, to answer your question, that's going to depend on how early I can convince Tom to get up. He's a retired guy, and his idea of morning is the crack of noon. So obviously that's too late to get started. So, Tom, I guess you can answer Toby. What time we're going? What time we're going to be at Fish Weirs?
So yeah, while we're waiting on Tom to answer Toby, shame on you for the crack of noon. Oh, thank you very much for the Discord in the chat there, Hayden. I appreciate that. While we're waiting on Tom to answer, Tom, I was getting up at 6 a.m. to activate while I was out in Ohio. I'm just throwing that out there, But of course, I'm not old enough to have a son as old as James, though. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna delete all my logs from him. I done got operator with you, Tom. So you can't take it back.
Yeah, I was surprised. It took us a while, James, to get 50.
Because
I don't get 50 with you, and now I got 100 all of a sudden with you.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, it took me you were my first operator because I don't hunt. So unless you park me all the time, I'm not.
Which we do.
I'm not going to get you operator. I have 3 operators. It's funny because I got you, and then I believe I got Curtis second, and then Tom third. But just all of a sudden, I just pow, just one right after another, and I'm like, wow, I got 3 operators real quick. But yeah, it's weird because I don't do a lot of hunting. The only time I'm really hunting anymore is when we're in the Discord after dark chat after the streams, and you guys are just throwing it out there. Hey, so and so's on. Can you get him? And matter of fact, I hunted like 3 parks straight last week on this stuff. So all right. So Tom said 10ish.
That's probably about right. By the time I drive across town, and fortunately he's on the north side of town, so I got to drive across town, drive around the lake to get him, and then takes about 25 minutes to get to our first stop, and we'll
So
probably
so
have to grab breakfast.
so what is the most that you need for one of the kilos?
Um, I believe it's Bass Lake, which is our second stop. And I think it's 20. I'm not going to have time to get up there and go grab 10 or 15 to shorten it. So, let me.
Well, I mean, 20 is not that bad. I do a lot of roving, and that's about. See, I'm not the, and I really don't want to get into this because I'm dissecting the rove on my thing, but 20 is a good number for a rove. That's a roundabout good number. You don't got to get the bare minimum and hit the power button, Bill. If any of y'all seen on the POTA page, Bill did put a piece of coax around my neck and take a picture like he was choking me out. I don't know if any of y'all seen that on the POTA page or not.
Yep.
But we had a good time. Carrie said that I was her older brother, and I'm like, older? Come on now.
You're just a kid. I don't know why she was saying that.
But yeah, because me and Carrie spat back and forth a little bit up there as normal, because she puts out hits on me. She puts out POTA hits on me, and admits it. That's the bad thing. She admits that she does it. You know where I live. Well, all right, Tom. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there for you.
I think he was talking to me, by the way.
Oh, that Jay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. They have a net, Tom. I think it's 7260. It's the Kill James net.
I thought that was 7200.
Well, the 7260 guys that's where they were threatening my life. But I kind of think it's the 7200 guys. It's just they're just following me around because they tend to just follow me now. Ever since that 7200 activation, I have constant somebody popping in. I get 4 contacts into an activation, and somebody's half a hertz down having a net all of a sudden, or a conversation about macaroni and cheese or whatever. But I don't know. Who cares? But one of the death threats that came to my email, I received 5 death threats after the 7200 activation via email, and they're all fake email addresses. But I emailed one of them back when he told me he was coming to my house, and I told him, I said, listen, let me know, because Google will not exactly get you here. It'll get you lost. Let me give you better directions so you can make it, because I want you to make sure and show up at the right place.
I don't know anybody who knows anything about your past would ever want to show up at your house.
Yeah. Oh, listen, there was people excited at Hamvention, just waiting for somebody to come put a piece of coax around my neck. They were just waiting to see the show. I'll be honest, I was kind of waiting too.
Yeah,
but
I'm not that famous yet, but I guess I'll get there.
Yeah, I would probably got another Reddit article wrote for sure if that would have happened. I do want to say I don't have it in my room right now, but I do want to say shout out to the Pearsons who made me my very first POTA cult sign. I will have that on next week's stream. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about making a place right here for it, rearranging the things and making me a place right there. I do have a POTA cult sign now. It's very cool.
So where are you going to put my your first operator there? Over in the corner?
Well, see, that's a hunter award. That doesn't make it to this wall.
Oh, let's see.
Hunter,
Except you were activating when you got it, so
hunters are back here. You know, well,
all right.
they're either back here or they've been taken out of the frames because I needed more for. I actually have like a ton more to put over. I need a new shack. If anybody would like to donate a lot of wood,
You're
no pun.
you're better off asking for a radio with the cost of wood these days.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
ask somebody
Yeah,
for a flex. That'll be cheaper for them.
yeah. Oh, speaking of flex, and I know we're not talking about hamvention, but Kyle was standing in line for the porta potty, and me and somebody was walking by, and I go, "Please copy. Kyle is getting ready to use the porta potty." And then we started saying, "Are you going in there to flex?"
Uh,
Good, good
that's
times, good
funny.
times. Okay, all right. So,
Tom says that a lot, and I
yeah.
every time he says that, I think of I'm glad Kyle's not working us right now. I've only gotten Kyle a couple times.
Every single time he works me, every single time. Please copy. Every time I have to. It's like a have to thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
N8 N8YO actually worked him on CW and wrote please copy and literally spelled out the whole please copy. So good stuff for sure.
Yeah, so I think Tom wants to know when you're going to come up and do a POTA robe with us, James.
Like I'm POTA for hire. If anybody wants to see me go to Canada and do a rove and show the Canadian boys how it's done, if that if
There's already American James up here showing the Canadian boys how it's done.
I mean, just so you know, the title POTA King don't stop in America. It's worldwide. I'm the POTA worldwide king.
You enjoy that crown while you can wear it.
Yeah, because eventually I'll retire and somebody else can have it when I
Oh,
retire.
is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, because it ain't coming off the head until I retire.
Not when I'm the first one between the two of us to activate all 50 states. You can activate everything in a state. I'm just going to activate every state once. It's simpler.
This is true. This
Probably
is true.
cost me a lot more money. Well, I don't know. You've done a lot of driving to get all those parks. It might not be cheaper to activate every state.
Listen, I figured up just like a couple of weeks one time, and I stopped. I stopped right there.
Oh yeah, no, it'll make you cry.
I said no, I can't go and figure this out. All right, so we. Oh, anyway, so we'll come back to this rove a little bit, and I'll touch a little bit on the YouTubers Handfest. I think it starts at 5 or 6 o'clock on Friday. I'm not 100% sure, but what I do know is no matter what you're interested in ham radio, it will probably be covered. This is the third year for the YouTubers Hamfest. It does go Friday through Sunday, and like last year, there were so many great videos that I watched and watched and watched. But good stuff. Whether you want to just see everybody goofing around like they do on the clubhouse or the happy hours, or if you want to literally learn something, there's going to be a lot of POTA people being interviewed about stuff. Um, Matter of fact, I can tell y'all something because it's not a secret anymore. Everybody who's been heard me asking for the 10 kilo award, it is coming, but it's not just going to be the 10 kilo award. There's going to be an every kilo award. So your kilo, it'll be times 2 for 2,000, times 3 for 3,000, and this comes straight from Jason. It's in the near future, so of course this guy knows it because he's probably the guy working on it. But it's in the near future, so I look forward because I just asked him point blank. I was like, Jason, can I get a 10 kilo award? He said, you can get a 20 kilo award if you want. But the 10 kilo, it's going to mean a lot to me. It's going to happen this year at Chief Logan State Park. 10,000 contacts. I've already got an eagle there. So,
Oh, you know what? I just realized
what's that?
one of the parks I activated tonight. That will be my 20th activation, so that'll be my first repeat offender award.
Your first repeat
Yep.
offender?
Yep.
And you're coming for my crown? You ought to know I'm going to talk trash back, buddy.
Uh-huh.
So let me tell you how it happens. It happens repeat offender. Then you go to the fox den. Then you go to the bear cave. Then you go to the fishing hole. Then you go to the eagle's nest.
And then you repeat all those again with a stamp on it.
Well, then you
do it again with a different stamp on it.
Then you do 4 more just the same way, and you get some other award. I don't even know what it's called, but
I can't remember their. I spent days and days and days retemplating all the awards. I stared at them so much they're just all mashed together now.
Yeah, like literally the only thing I need for an activator now is I still got to get a 6-pack because every time I go to 6 meter, I don't hear nobody.
There's occasional openings the last few weeks.
I know it's been happening recently, so I mean, the day it happens, you can look for me to be roving quickly on 6 meters because I'll be going fast. And then I've got these like the earn 5 eagles, earn 10 eagles, all that crap. But other than that, I don't really know what there is for me. Maybe there's some stuff coming out, but
are you working on the N1CC at all? The 10 bands? Is that an activator?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have 2 activator and 1 hunter, and I'm halfway to a 3rd activator. But I'm lucky because I've got THR and BA3CP and B3LBI, all these guys V3YTN. We have locals, so we can like this the 6 meter one. I'm almost cheating because I have enough local people that I can almost always get on all the bands.
If I didn't know that you guys had this secret text message thing to text when I'm on, I would be like, how did these guys come through one rut? Because like all of a sudden, I'll get one of the Canadians, and then it's just like 5, 6, 7 straight Canadian calls, and I'm like, that's a little weird.
Have you noticed that we kind of informally have an order to it? Like we almost always let V3LBI go first because he's the loudest usually, and we can't fight with that. Yeah, and once he's out of the way, then it's a little bit of a free for all.
Well, listen, and here's the thing: Larry even knows he's gonna throw his call one time. It doesn't matter if I call him back because he knows somewhere in that next list of people that I say, because he might be 5 down that list because I heard 5 good strong calls that I know, but he knows I'm coming for him. Most of the time Toby's in that list. The Alpha Bravo 8 Lima Lima's in that list. There's certain people that just come through. There's a guy, Kilo Delta 9 Hotel Victor Tango. I don't know if you've ever worked him or not. His name is Steven.
I think I worked him twice tonight.
And I don't know if his radio is just in love with my radio and my radio is cheating on me with his radio or what. But like every single time he works me, he's like a +10 to +20, and I'm a +10 to +20 back to him. Like it's just like perfect mating or something. I don't know.
The Canadian station count the first time hunted award. Yeah, so every park, regardless of where it is, counts for a unique hunt. If you're only showing 5, it's probably because somebody hasn't put in a log yet. It can take some time. I think that's John's question. And I'm guessing he's in Saskatchewan. We need more of those guys on the air. We don't have very many VE5s popping up.
I wish I could remember to call that I got the other day because I made him repeat it like 5 times because I thought I had the wrong call. It was a Canadian call. but it was really weird.
Was it Victor Queen something?
Maybe.
So we
It,
have in Canada we have the right to use a prefix that's for the Queen of England's whatever it is she's celebrating this year. So like I'm Victor Echo 3 Juliet Lima November. I can also identify myself as Victor Queen 3 Juliet Lima November.
okay.
It's an automatic prefix that every Canadian ham is allowed to use with their same suffix. So I had one of those tonight, and it threw me for a loop. And I'm just like, I don't really want to put this guy in the log because he doesn't. There's no lookup for it. You're not in QRZ. It doesn't show up on the map, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. That's how he wants to identify. I know who the guy is too. He's localish. But if he
Yeah.
wants to use the commemorative call,
Fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. I know Pat was in the chat earlier. Pat, if you are still out there and you want to pop in and talk to me about the next part of what I want to talk about, uh, the link is in the Patreon Discord and the Patreon page itself. So it'll be the same link as the happy hour. So
uh,
go ahead and pop in.
sorry, I guess it's Victor X-Ray 3, not Victor Queen 3. But
I don't
as
think
far
it was. I don't think it was X-ray though. It was really, really weird.
well, we have VO, that's out east. We have VE, VA.
Keep going.
Um, back we're not supposed to use it now as I understand, but back in the 150th for Canada there was a C something prefix for the
Like Victor C.
no
Victor.
it was CG something.
I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna send you a message about
Okay.
it because it really it just it blew my mind. I kept making him say it over and over. I was like, "Did you say?" Because I mean, it was showing up Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I just couldn't.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, so Pat, you're here. Are you coming in?
There he is. All right, let's bring Pat in really quick, and we'll start talking a little bit about what's going on, Pat.
Is my audio good?
Before you dive into DC, I have something to say to you, Pat.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the royalty check, man.
For what?
I gave you that name.
No, that was Beer Snack.
No, that was me.
Was it?
Poda by example was me.
I believe it was him.
Beer Snack. But all right. Yeah,
I'm still waiting on the check.
Well, you know, you're across the border, so I don't think it counts.
Well, when I want to come and do a DC Rove, I'll expect your assistance. How's that?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, any day. Yeah, no, I'm actually looking at. I think I might have found another fiver in DC, but I'm looking.
I hope you've got them all down to like 2 5-fers, 1 4-fer, and like 3 3-fers, and we're done. Now,
Pretty much. Like the first park I was gonna start us at, like, well, I don't think we can do the fiver, but it'll be a four-fer.
but I was talking to Carrie today, and she says that we should be able to do most of them HF, but some of the hard ones we'll have to do with the handhelds, like the one that's we're gonna have to stand on the staircase thing.
Yeah, but I mean, this weekend's a matter of time too. That's the real big issue this weekend because with everything that's gonna be going on, you kind of want to knock out as many parks as you can as early as possible, and then like mess around with HF at the kind of easy parks, you know.
Right.
Because like I was thinking about doing HF at that 5 first spot that you know about, and then right up the road there's Theodore Roosevelt Island. That's a good place to do HF. I mean you have to walk onto it, but it's not an issue, I guess. And maybe Rock Creek Park if we have time. That's an easy place to do HF. You can put up as big of antennas as we want over there.
So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, myself and Pat and Carrie and possibly her husband Ray and
Katie K3.
I know him. Oh my goodness, I know his name, and I'm so sorry that I'm drawing a blank right here.
It's not VOP, is it?
No, he's a DC guy.
No, he hunts me all the time, but he's we're gonna try. We're gonna attempt to do DC in a day.
KC3 NLT.
Yeah, that's it.
Tony. Yep.
NLT. Yeah, he hunts me a lot too.
Yeah, he's in DC.
But we're gonna attempt to do DC in a day. So wish us luck. Well, what kind of plans? What are you thinking, Pat? You're the game planner here.
Well, I've already looked at it. I mean, it's not that bad, honestly, because, like I said, the first park we go to knocks out 4 right away. Then, like, literally 4 blocks away, there's another park. And then we just go to the National Mall and just walk around, and, like, every 5 feet, there's a new park. So, like, on all honesty, within the first couple of hours, I wouldn't be surprised if we were more than halfway done.
Yeah, see, if I wasn't busy this weekend, I'd find an excuse to come back. I need to pick up my mail or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
by the
it's
way,
easy.
speaking of picking up the mail, now James mentioned earlier that anybody that sends them a card, that he'll send one back. Send them to Tom. Don't send them to James, because I sent this dude a card way back in yesteryears when he was my kilo in like one of the parks, one of my first kilos, and I've still never received a card from him. So send them to Tom.
I was waiting on my Canadian call, which I've only had a couple weeks, to print my cards, but I don't think I have a card from you, James.
Well, it was sent.
I'm looking at all the cards I've received since I became a general last year. I don't have Toby's yet either, but I think that's coming in the mail.
Hayden said he sent you one too.
But Hayden, did you send it to my U.S. address?
I sent it to your U.S. address. I know I did.
Yeah. Well, if you sent it a while back, I would have it.
I'm pretty sure it was my kilo at Laurel Lake, which was my second kilo ever.
I think that sounds right. I remember that contact, but
like I didn't even know you then.
Yeah, no, that's. Oh, look at that!
There you go, Hayden.
So I still haven't found a piece that in yet. Nope, I don't have a card from you, James.
I don't think I've sent you one.
Nope. And I guarantee,
I know
with the exceptions of ones that come in the past month, this is all the cards I've gotten in the past year. I guarantee it.
Well, I'm telling you, I sent it. I can pull my log right now of cards I've sent.
It's just tough sending cards to Canada.
It's possible.
Shipping. So.
Well, if you send it to my U.S. address,
yes,
it depends. If you send it to my old address before, like, you know, when you do a change of address, there's a chance that stuff gets lost for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Depending on when you sent it, if it was like last late August, early September to mid-September, it might have just gone into La La Land, quite honestly.
All right.
Will they forward your mail internationally? I'm just wondering.
No, my U.S. address is a friend's, so
I'm going to look that contact back up because it even says 1,000th contact on it. I'm going to look it back up and I'm going to resend.
I was just telling my wife the other day that I was a little upset at you that you didn't send me one for that kilo. Yeah, it actually came up the other day.
I will even use a Canadian stamp and send it to the Canadian.
Okay.
Call.
just send it to my Canadian address, but make sure you put the U.S. call on it.
Yeah, because it was your U.S. call.
Yep.
It's still a little hard for me to remember your Canadian call.
It's hard for me to remember. I've had it for less than a month, and I've already done like 3,000 contacts with
it. Which is weird for me because I remember so many calls. But it's not just you, but there's several people who's changed their calls since they've been hunting me and stuff. And it takes me a little bit of time, but I finally get them. Uh, and of course, I wish it wouldn't take so daggone long for it to update to where it actually puts your all's name, so I don't have to go back and edit the name in there.
David, if you don't mind sending it to the address in QRZ under Victor Echo 3 Juliet Lima November, my Canadian address, I'll get it directly as opposed to it sitting at my friends for 2 or 3 months. But if you're more comfortable sending it to the U.S., send it to N6NRD's address. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I need to get new QSL cards. I've just been, yeah.
That was handed to me by hand.
That's the best kind.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also have Bruce's handed to me by hand right here.
I forgot to get Tank one because when I did that activation at Dayton on 2 meters, Tank worked me actually. Like he was doing like a radio check. I'm like, "Hey Tank, I hear you. I'm doing activation, so you just worked me. Congratulations."
How many times did you have to plug your ears around Tank? I got to know.
He was actually quiet.
Yeah, he's pretty quiet in person.
Yeah, he was actually quiet. Which I've met Tank before. This ain't the first time I've met Tank, but
he's just when he does his little Tank radio thing, it's
yeah. As soon as I seen him at the show, I was like, "Welcome the Ham Radio Adventure Guy."
Get him before he gets you.
Yeah.
So this one was hand delivered to me, but it was cheating because he's local. He's the president of our local club.
Yeah, Carrie actually gave me her card.
This is actually for a contact way up north at an ATNO. So, well, he actually gave it to me for 3 contacts, but
let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, three contacts at that park. Victor Echo 0413. So.
I have so many cards I need to send out.
Oh yeah, this whole pile is all people that have sent me since I became a general, and I don't have cards. So.
Yeah.
I have 2 boxes of cards. I have 1 box of cards from when I was 12, 13 years old when I first got my call, and I was doing mostly packet. And then I have a box of cards now that's
actually I just got my first Marine mobile card.
This is
this y'all saw that, but
this is the current backlog.
Man, you need to up your stamp budget there, buddy.
Dude, like I'm still sending a book of stamps a week.
You need an SASE, man. You need to tell people like, hey, shipping is free.
And like, what? It's actually bigger than that because I've got another stack here that I still got to open.
Like yeah, I already did the math. It looks like to get caught up on cards once I get them printed, to get caught up on cards is going to cost me about $140. So I'm going to the States hopefully this summer. So I'm probably just going to pack them all up and wait till I go across the border and then buy the stamps instead of doing international.
She gave me her person. Remember that story? How she ran, like she came behind me at the park? She gave me this one in person.
So when this summer?
It's probably gonna be right after field day when I leave. So I'm probably gonna end up. So my POTA anniversary is July 2nd. So that's probably gonna happen here, and then I'll probably leave. So and I'm hoping the first stop is somewhere in Ohio where you can meet at a park you haven't done yet.
So we're going west Ohio?
West or north? My wife's been looking, going, has he done this one yet? I'm like, I go look it up. Yep, he's been there.
Yeah. I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but so because this year my plan was to wipe out all of Delaware in the week, and that was going to be my state that I finished for the year. And now I'm going to end up doing DC and Delaware this year. But
hopefully,
so next no, because here's the thing: even if we fail on Saturday, we're going to get the majority of them, and I'll just do the rest of them the next day.
Yeah, if the weather, well, you're going to be here till Monday.
Yeah, I probably won't leave till Monday.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I got your text, but I was at the park and I had to hurry and get here. I will be there sometime Friday night.
All
I'm
right,
gonna.
good. Because I'm
I,
watching Top Gun Friday afternoon in IMAX, so
I had
don't
planned.
bother me.
I had planned on leaving. I had planned on leaving Thursday night and going halfway. Just leaving from work and going halfway. But my package from DX Engineering will not be here until Thursday. So
Oh, yeah, I meant to update you and Hayden. I don't think we need a boat for Saturday.
Jeff says, "Don't come to Ohio. It's still raining here."
Still.
And by the way, Jeff is my last call guy. I can always count on calling last call when he's there. But I did get to meet him at Hamvention, so really cool to meet him as well. I also met David. I showed you this card he gave me. Met a lot of people out there, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, what it boils down to is this weekend you have a POTA Rove going on in Canada with James and Tom. They are doing 12 parks for kilos, which is
14.
14 parks for kilos. Okay, 14 parks for kilos. You know, he's been talking about this for a while, and you know, I was like, that's a cool idea. I think I'm going to do this too. And you know, I ran a bunch of them up, and then I got tired of working the same old parks around me, and I was like, I can't do this. I got to go work some of these parks that I'm holding off.
Yeah, you need a variety. I've been doing like personal at-nos myself. I just been like, yeah, I need to see what other parks are out here.
I mean,
mostly it was just a plan. It was a project to do in the winter when driving far afield wasn't really practical.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I was going to have it done a little earlier in the spring, but
you guys don't have like dog sleds in Canada or nothing?
Sure, we just don't keep them in town.
Okay.
We actually, Tom and I set up on the ice in a fishing hut one time.
That's pretty dope.
You know,
that is one thing I want to do. I want to get me a fishing hut for next winter. I don't want to do car activations next winter. I want a fishing hut and a buddy heater, and I want to go out there and set, because I'll tell you, man, it gets boring in the car, and it gets cold in 7 degrees because I've done that too.
7. We were out at a picnic table at minus 30 Celsius, man, with wind.
Dude, you're talking Canadian numbers. I don't know what that.
Okay,
means.
so minus 30 Celsius is like minus 27 Fahrenheit, or it's really close.
Like that,
minus 40 is the same thing
40,
both ways.
40,
so yeah. It's the picture that was on the January or February POTA update.
Okay.
Front slide.
Yeah.
We got like three or four contacts. They were like, it was blowing so much frozen sand and ice chunks at us. We're looking at the laptops and the radio going, nope. And we hustled back to the truck after 3 or 4, but we tried it.
Yeah, I did. 7 degrees is as low as I've been, but that's as low as it's been here. So,
Moosonee, that's the way up north. That's like what, 15 hours from here north. And that's still central Ontario. That's not even northern Ontario.
But Ontario's just massive. Man.
It's huge. People don't realize it is massive.
Yeah,
and it's got this weird shape. So down here where we are, it's this bottleneck. And it's like 2 hours I'm in New York, and like 3 hours I'm in Michigan. Yep. But if I drive 3 hours north, I've gone nowhere to speak of.
Yeah, so it's wildness in Canada for sure.
Yeah. So Tom,
I thought I could maybe make a trip up there this summer.
Hey,
maybe
come up here. Well, do it after I come back from the States. That way we can have lots of fun.
Yeah, I was just gonna go to Toronto because my son wants to go to Hockey Hall of Fame. So.
Well, we're only an hour north, and there's a train and everything. Hell, I'll come and get you from Toronto. There's some parks down there I haven't done yet. Of course, Dave VA3CP's probably getting ready to tell me to stay out of his parks. That's his area down there. So Tom, THR, is it all right for me to talk about our other project this summer?
So just so you know that VA3CP would welcome the POTA King in his parks.
Yeah, he'll welcome you, but not me so much.
I would really love to, because that's something I do have planned. I know we're starting to run out of time. Really quick, this week, and then I'll talk about what I'm talking about here. But this weekend, James and Tom, 14 parks, Poda Rove, 4 kilos. Me and Pat, Carrie, Ray, and Tony.
Yep.
DC in a day, and if it fails, DC in 2. And the YouTubers Handfest all 3 days. You can't go wrong with ham radio this weekend. Hunt. If you want to hunt James, he will be spotting in the Discord. Maybe I will be spotting in the Discord as well. I don't know, depending on what we need. What's up, Red Summit? Charlie, it was fun to meet him this weekend. Had a blast there for sure. But it's a big weekend. You know, a lot of POTA to hunt. 14 parks in Canada. That's pretty awesome. What is DC? 28 parks, Pat?
I believe it's 30.
All right, 30 parks. Some of them will only be handheld because, well, I mean, I'll be honest. There's one place we have to literally stand on the stairwell to get in there, but
it's like 2 places like that. Actually, I've worked 3.
But
yeah, it's kind of funny.
Other than that, some of them will be HF, and I will be up there all weekend. So even when we're not doing DC, you know I'm going to be activating because that's what I do. It gets kind of funny when people say
30 parks.
Yeah, Curtis actually put 30 in the chat. Thank you, Curtis. But when people ask me, "Are you going to activate tomorrow?" It gets kind of funny anymore. I'm like, why would you ask that? Of course. Listen, I already have my contingency plan. So if I go to the hospital and have an overnight trip, when it comes time for my activation, I'm going to request a air transfer. And the Pearson's mom is an air nurse. I then told her she has to come pick me up and hover over top of the park. And we're going to do this between 7:10 and 8:10. So I get 2 activations. I only have to transfer hospitals every other day. So we got this licked, man. I'm going to activate. People think I'm crazy, but I would do it. Oh, question, the lifelong question that I've heard many YouTube arguments about, because people say that if you are in the airspace above a park, it is not a activation because the airspace is not the park ground.
You know what? I disagree with this.
But it don't matter. It don't matter if you disagree or not, because from the POTA man himself, Jason told me, if you are in the airspace directly above that park, it is an activation because Carlos can now jump into a park.
Yeah.
If he gets the permit to jump into a park, that's a whole other challenge for him as a parachute, right?
A lot of parks around here actually regulate drone use above the park, so that means they own the airspace.
But aeronautical rules, I'm sure there's a pilot in the chat that's gonna pin me on this, but there is a certain height where their jurisdiction stops. I don't know what it is, but there's a certain height where the regional air traffic control takes over.
I think it's like 10,000 feet generally.
So, yeah, I'm all for. Look, if you're in the bounds, if you're under it in a mine and you can do an activation, go for it. Like,
I want your antenna. If you can get in a mine under the park and activate, I want your antenna.
All you need to do is find a vein of copper or something and just put an alligator clip on it and hope it's the right length.
Use a G90 because it'll tune anything.
Well, yeah, maybe use a G90 because you won't care if it fries itself.
Just like put it up to the little rail in the mine, you know.
Alrighty.
Well, this looks to be 160 meters. This will work.
But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you hanging around for 2 streams tonight. We were YouTube roving tonight. Had just too much to talk about. I was just going to do the hamvention wrap up, but James reached out to me and wanted to talk about this rove, and I'm glad he did because I needed to talk about the DC trip and the YouTubers Hamfest. Charlie's in the chat. He'll be doing videos in the YouTubers Fan Fest. I've got the I'll be dissecting the Rove. I hope it's really worth watching. I'm putting a lot of thought into it and a lot of my knowledge into it because it's a lot more than just saying, okay, I'm going to go do 9 parks today. Because if you don't do it correctly, you can really mess up some things. James has been planning his row for a while. You know, I've been planning. I plan, like, I don't just get up in the morning and say, okay, let's go to Kentucky to get 15 parks today. It's not like that. I spend hours upon hours preparing for a rove. So I will be doing dissecting the rove. It will be on Sunday at, I think Jason moved me to noon. I was at 11. I think I got moved to noon for somebody.
Yeah, you definitely will be activating that.
So, but if we don't do it Saturday, because I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Ray might not be able to do Sunday.
All right. I mean, it doesn't matter what day, honestly.
Yeah, it don't matter to me either.
Well,
I mean,
it'd be nice if it was Sunday. Then Tom and I can chase you guys all over the planet. Maybe work a bunch if you're doing HF anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, it was good to see everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Really good to see Curtis out there. I don't remember ever seeing Curtis in my chat. I'm really happy to see him. I had a good time hanging out with him. And me and him has a couple of mischievous plans in the near future coming up. It should be a really good time. Oh no, Larry, LBI is in the chat. It's over now. He's probably come here to put coax around my neck because I'm not activating right now. Okay, because he needs a few more contacts with me today. I appreciate Larry and all his hunts and all the Canadians that text each other and say, "Hey, James is on." Because I tell you what, man, it's funny. You guys are all right in a row every single time, just about.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a rule. If you get one, you can just say, "I heard another Victor Echo or Victor Alpha call," because you probably did, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
Please copy now that the stream is over. Kyle is making his entrance. Yeah. Please copy. Kyle has made his entrance.
By the way, pay attention to TikTok. I'll try to stream as much as possible on the
anyway.
stuff on TikTok.
Thanks everybody for the slices of pizza. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and make sure and attend the YouTubers Handfest. Hunt James and Tom this weekend. Hunt me and Pat this weekend. Yep. Hayden says Kyle is flexing, but other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch y'all in the log 73.
73s.